Did you want to do the witch's apology?
Well, we can mention it now that you brought it up.
Well, we don't have to do that one. We can save that for next week.
No, let me go ahead and drop.
Don't you want to hear about the apologizing for the witch?
You know what? Let me drop it so that we don't have to deal with it again.
We don't have to deal with it next week.
So, we talked about the witches. Rolled the film adaptation of Roald Dahl's Witches. I don't care, whatever. But apparently. Apparently there's been a dust up because there is a very specific, if you get into the original book, there's a very specific, and there's a graphic within the book. How do you recognize a witch, right? And what these witches are is they're depicted as a different race, just like I don't know, like a vampire or a werewolf. How would you know them? Okay, a werewolf you recognize by his teeth and his claws and his hair, right? Well, witches, are bald and they have wigs to hide the fact that they're a witch, and they wear gloves to cover the fact that they have 3 fingers in their claws. They're not human. Mm-hmm. They are witches. Okay, yes. They're a different. In this world, they're not, people that study magic and are sorcerers. They're, some sort of fey creature or something like that, and they look different from humans. So just like the visitors from V were lizard people that had to wear masks to hide the fact that they were alien looking, witches do the same thing. That's the whole point of the story. But apparently this has offended differently abled people who might have missing fingers or something and are told to wear a glove so that no one can see it or whatever. So Warner Brothers feels they have to apologize. They're deeply saddened that they've offended people with disabilities. And people, come on.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you people now? Seriously, I swear it would be like if you go back a couple years to when they were rebooting the V series and people with skin conditions were getting offended because the visitors had to cover their lizard skin with masks. I mean, it's so ridiculous.
It's like someone in the circus, like the reptile man that has the skin condition.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is. Let me see. Anne Hathaway apologized for it, and I like Auditor Dread's comment. I was offended by Anne Hathaway's apology because it was Anne Hathaway. Oh, okay. I want to make a point that I know over in England, I don't know if it was the British Film Board or something, said that we will no longer have villains with scars. Okay.
Oh, geez.
That this was a thing a few years ago, and I don't know if this was the BBC or just in general movies they were making over there. And I kept thinking, how many Bond movies have you have Christopher Lee as the man with the golden gun. He has the superfluous third nipple. Remember that?
Exactly.
Or Blofeld with the thing on his eye. Of course, that was a dueling scar. I think that's what that was.
But for crying out loud, are you okay? So now you're going to discriminate against people that have scars. They can't get a role now.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying though too. But in this case, these aren't human beings,
right?
Right? They're not even portrayed as human beings that got scarred. This is the race.
Exactly. It's not like in this world you lose 2 fingers, you become a witch. That's not how this is.
Yes.
Or you're not a human being who cuts off some fingers in order to gain, magical powers or something. This is a race of creatures that look like this.
Or you owe money to the Yakuza.
I'll tell you what, maybe they need to apologize to me because witches are bald. Are you saying I'm a witch because I'm bald, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not offended by this. I'm not offended by the fact that James Bond wore a toupee. Okay, I mean,
what?
Oh, come on! You didn't know that?
I didn't know this. Don't tell me. When did he do this?
Sean Connery was wearing a toupee almost through the whole time he was playing James Bond.
No.
Yeah, he started going bald when he was like 22. There's pictures of him on, behind the scenes without his toupee.
Oh, no, don't say this.
Yeah, and so this
I don't believe you.
The fans, started picking on it. What was the last one he did? Never Say Never Again?
Yes.
They refer to it as the James Bond with the toupee. But the only reason they do that is because it wasn't part of the public consciousness that he was always wearing a toupee. What happened was after he quit playing James Bond, he did some roles where he stopped wearing his toupee. This was how he looked, And then they brought him back for James Bond and they put the toupee back on him, and everyone goes, "Oh, he's wearing a toupee because we saw him in the last movie and he didn't have a toupee." And it's like, people are like, no, he was always wearing a toupee.
This is shattering me. Okay, right now. Okay,
dude,
I didn't know this. Okay,
this is not a big deal. This is not a problem. This is what actors do. I mean, he's playing a role of a guy who wasn't bald.
Don't even bring up that nasty rumor about William Shatner. Okay.
Oh yeah, he was another one too.
Shatner is the man. Well, you know what though?
There's nothing wrong with
wrong with men who have no hair. My father had no hair. Okay, I know. I'll probably get there at some point.
Although with Shatner, I don't understand why every single appearance he does, he's got to be wearing his toupee. If it was just when he was playing, Captain Kirk, I'd say, well, it's because of his role. But he can't ever be seen without his toupee.
In a note on Twitter, British Paralympic swimmer Amy Martin explained why it's not unusual for surgeons to try and build hands like this for children and adults with certain limb differences, and it's upsetting to see something that makes what person.
Yeah, that's the other thing about these articles. It's like, do people not edit these things? I mean, what the heck?
They don't. Yeah, person different being represented as something scary. Okay, look, it's not.
Again, this is not someone who lost their fingers and became a witch.
Yes,
this is that's like people being offended by vampires because they got weird teeth or something. I don't know.
And then Anne Hathaway threw her 2 cents in and apologized.
Oh,
God. And this is bad press.
People just need to shut up. Just it's like the Hippocratic Oath: do no harm. Okay, just don't say anything, and you won't make it worse. Oh gosh.
Okay, but
good. We don't have to deal with that anymore. I can take that off.
Okay. Are there